So what is Oracle Workflow Builder is, we have seen report builder, we developed the reports. What is the purpose of reports? Now client wanted to see the daily wise report and monthly wise, weekly wise, quarterly, yearly, their sales data or purchase order data, invoice data like that. So by using report builder, we'll develop the reports and we'll give it to the clients. Then we have seen form builder. Form builder we have not discussed, but form builder is used to develop the forms. In the place of form builder, we are working now with the JDeveloper, OAF pages. Okay, that is also one of the tool. Same way, workflow builder is one of the tool. It is one of the Oracle tool. Workflow is one of the Oracle graphical user interface tool. It is one of the Oracle graphical user interface tool. What is the purpose of workflow builder? What we'll do by using workflows is, by using the workflows, we can send the right information to the right person in the right time. By using the workflow, we can send the right information to the right person in the right time. In the right time. This is general definition. This is general definition. This is general definition. You will find workflow in SAP also. You will find workflow in Microsoft also. Almost in every technology there will be a workflow. This word you will see. So procedure, Naresh. Fine. So this is general information. What is the word? Then exactly if we talk about send the right information, nothing but an email. How we will send the information in the IT industry, we'll send as an email. So in Oracle applications, we'll call it as a notifications. Outside we are calling it as a emails. In Oracle applications, I'm going to call it as a notifications. I'm going to call it as a notification. So if you want to send the notification to the right person is nothing but your manager. If your manager is on leave, then somebody else has to receive. Alternative. Okay. Some company says that I need approvals from the two managers. First manager approval and also second manager approval. Like this, we will send the information to the right person in the right time. Right time means your information has to be approved or rejected within 24 hours or within 4 hours or within 4 days. Like that you can set the time. Like that you can set the time. So that's what workflow. So workflow will be used to send the right information to the right person in the right time. What information will send is, for example, I have created a requisition. I am not able to approve it. When I click the approve button, this information should go to my manager. That happens through workflow. One employee has applied for the leaves. And who has to approve that? Manager has to approve that leave. So that information has to go to the manager. That's what information. So in Oracle applications, information means it may be requisition or purchase order or invoice or sales order or item transactions or employee creation or employee termination, employee approvals, employee leaves, employee appraisals, employee payrolls. This is all information. Then to whom? Right person. Right persons are nothing but employees. Employee supervisor positions, supervisor position, manager position, like the different positions are there. We have to send it to them. Next, right time. Time is nothing but you are going to set time. For example, I have submitted the requisition for approval. Within 24 hours, it has to get approval. Otherwise, the requisition should come back to me. I don't want to wait more than 24 hours for my manager approvals. So you can set the time, 24 hours. So within 24 hours, he has to open the notification. He has to tell his response, whether approve or reject. Otherwise, what happened? That notification, whatever is there in the inbox, it will be deleted from there, and again it returns to the main person. The person has not responded within the time. To maintain this entire process, we have the workflow builder. That is the purpose of workflow builder. In order management, you might have remembered when you want to generate auto invoice, we used to run one program, workflow background process program. What it will do is 3 parameters will pass: deferred, process struck up, timeout. The timeout parameter is nothing but what we have discussed. So whatever the notifications you have set the time, for that notifications time is over. Then those notifications will be deleted from the inbox. Okay. So system cannot find what are the notifications or time is over. That program you have to submit. That program will identify. That program I can't run every 5 minutes, right? So I'll schedule that program. Every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes, I'll schedule the program. Every 5 minutes, it will be checking what are the notifications or time is over. It will remove that notifications in the inbox or work list. We call it as a work list. General in Gmail, we call it as a inbox. In Oracle applications, we call it as a work list. Okay. So that is the purpose of workflows. Now here, where we will use the workflow in Oracle applications? In approvals, requisition approval, PO approval, invoice approval, employee approval, sales order approval, drop shipment approval, requisition import, order management cancellation. These all are workflows. Internally, workflows will be executed. And flex field combination. When you go to the distributions button, automatically you are getting the combination 01, 001, 14. This combination, how it's going to generate it? Internally through workflow. Through workflow, this combination is going to be generated. That is a flex field combination. This is another place where you are using the workflow. You are going to send a notifications. Whatever the information we have, this information I don't want to send out of my server. Purchase order information, sales order. If I send an email, what happened? The information is out of my server. So I don't want to send it out of my server. I would like to keep it in my server only. Then the concept has come called notifications. When you are sending notifications to your manager, your other person, this will be within your Oracle Apps server only, not out of Oracle Apps server. So no chance that your information, your data is going out. Your data is going outside. Okay. So that is the major purpose of the workflow. In the approval process, in the flex fields combinations and the notifications. In all these areas, we'll be using the workflows. Same workflow concept, then Oracle has told BEPL processor. In Oracle Fusion, they are telling that business process management. In Oracle applications, workflow is there. In Oracle Fusion, business process management. Okay. But anyway, that is just for information. I am telling that BPM is not at all not required for us. You can leave it. Once you learn the workflow, then you can easily learn BPM in the future, more probably after 4 or 5 years. Not now. Okay, fine. So whenever we are developing the workflow, first we'll create the item type. One item type is nothing but one workflow. One item type is nothing but one workflow. Inside of item type, we'll find the process. One process is nothing but a one program. One process is nothing but one program. Inside of item type, we'll find process. Inside of process, we'll find activities. First item type will be defined. Inside of that item type, we'll find process. Inside of process, we'll find the activities. At least one process is required. We can have either one or multiple. We can have either one or multiple. So first we are creating the item type, then we are going to have the process. In one item type we'll have either one process or multiple process. In one process you will have either one activity or multiple activities. Either one activity or multiple activities. So one item type is nothing but one workflow. Inside of that we'll find process. Process is nothing but a group of activities. Process is nothing but a group of activities. Item type is nothing but a workflow name. Name of the workflow. Item type is nothing but workflow name. When we say activities, what are the activities we have? Message activity is there. Notification activity is there. Workflow function activity is there. Lookup type activity is there. Attribute activity is there. Event activity is there. If you know all these 6, then your workflow will be closed. These all 6 activities we have in the workflow. If you know all these 6 activities, what is the purpose, how we have to use, then your workflow builder is closed. You don't have more than these 6 options. Item type we have nothing to do, just give the name, that's all. We'll give the workflow name, that's all. Process also the same, we'll provide one name to the process. Inside of the process you are going to use your activities and design the process. You are going to use your activities and design the process. Okay. Now we'll discuss what is the message activity, we'll do it. It will be used to send either text or HTML message. If you want to send either text or HTML message to the users, we are going to use the message. Message is indirectly, it is just some text information. It is just some text information. Notification is nothing but attach the message to the notification and send it to the user. Send it to the user. That is notification. Attach the message to the notification and send it to the user or roles. You can send your notification to the user or role. User means only one person. Role means group of users. Group of users. Next, workflow function is nothing but our PLSQL procedure. PLSQL procedure. Workflow function is nothing but a PLSQL procedure. Workflow function is nothing but a PLSQL procedure. Next, lookup type is nothing but group of lookup codes. Group of lookup codes. Group of lookup codes. What is the purpose of lookup type? What is the purpose of lookup type? By using lookup type, we can change the process execution. We can change the process execution. What lookup type means? Either one lookup code or multiple lookup codes. Either one lookup code or multiple lookup codes. By using this lookup type, we can change the process execution. We can change the process execution. We can change the process execution. It is just like if statement. When you are writing some PLSQL program, for example, you will write a condition. If some x value is equal to greater than 0, then execute this statement. Else, you are going to execute other statements. So here what your if statement is going to do, if this condition is true, it will execute this code. Otherwise this code. It means your program is execution is going to be changed. Depends on your condition. It is not going to execute one by one in the sequence order. Depends on the condition it has changed to execute your statement. Similar type here, lookup code. If user click approve button, I want to execute this code. If user click cancel button, I want to execute this code. Like that we can mention by using the lookup type. Lookup type. Attributes are just like a variables. Attributes are just like variables to store the values. In PLSQL, we will declare the variables to store the values. In workflow, we will declare the attributes to store the values. Not more than that. There in PLSQL, we call it as variables. Here we call it as attributes. Events are like a triggers. Events are like a triggers automatically fired. Automatically fired. This is introduced in 2.6 version. Workflow you have mainly two versions, 2.5, 2.6. 2.5, 2.6. Now the version is 2.6 version only. In the resume also will mention 2.6 version only. And event is the activity introduced in 2.6. We don't use this event in all the places. Okay. So that we'll discuss theoretically, not practically. We don't require practically. These 5 activities are required and enough. These 5 activities are required and enough. Okay. Fine. Now we'll see the workflow builder, how it looks like. This is separate software you have to install, Oracle Workflow Builder. Open this. There will be 2 windows in the Workflow Builder. One is Navigator, another one is Process window. We'll open existing simple workflow. So there will be 2 windows in the Workflow Builder. One is Navigator. This is Navigator. Another one is Process window. This is your Process window. Navigator will show the list of your objects. Process will show you your process designing. Your process. Each icon is internally one procedure. Each icon, we call it as an activity. we call it as a activity. Each activity is internally one procedure or package procedure. If you double click, it will show you automatically what is the procedure name. The name will be function name, but internally it is a procedure. In workflow, we call it as a function, but internally that is a procedure. WF underscore standard is the package name, dot wait is the procedure, PLSQL code. Okay. So now here we are going for develop the new workflow. Whenever we develop the workflow, it will be saved .wft file, or it will be saved in the database. We can save either in the file server, or we can save directly in the database also. Generally, we'll save it in the database only. Generally, we'll save it in the database. We'll save it in the database only. Once we develop the workflow from any PLSQL environment, you can execute. Once we develop the workflow, you want to execute from SQL prompt, you can execute. You want to execute from your procedure, you can execute. You want to execute from your report triggers, after report trigger, yes, you can execute. You want to make it as concurrent program, you can make it as a concurrent program. You can execute this workflow from any PLSQL environment and in your application also. Okay, fine. Now we are going for developing the simple workflow. Now we want to start the workflow and send the notification to the user called 701 user and close the workflow. Usernames and tables, everything is same table, same joins, nothing difference. Additionally, we'll get around 8 to 10 tables. Extra tables will get around 8 to 10 tables. Otherwise, same supplier table, PO, or now user means which table? F&A underscore user, same table. Now, whenever you want to send a notification, first you have to create a message. Without message, you cannot create notification. Then go for create the notification. Start and end is just like a begin and end in our program. When you start one procedure, you will write a begin and end, right? Same way, we'll write here start and end, and then go for send the notification. So now what is the purpose of this workflow? We want to just send one notification to the user called 701 user. Okay. After developing this workflow, then we'll see how to execute manually. Manually we'll execute. Then we'll see how to execute programmatically. Couple of workflows first. We'll see how to execute manually. Then we'll see how to execute programmatically. Programmatically means when user click the button, or when user run the program, or when user execute the procedure, or execute from SQL prompt. These all are programmatic. Manually means you have to select the program, click the run button, it will be executed. That is a manual process. Okay. First we'll learn the manual process, then we'll go for programmatic. So let's open the workflow builder. Open workflow builder. File menu. Quick start wizard. Select file menu. Quick start wizard. Now it is going to ask you what is your item type and process. Just now we discussed, right? One workflow means item type and process. Item type is nothing but a workflow name. Inside of one workflow, you will have either one process or multiple process. One process is nothing but one execution. You have 4 purchase orders: standard, planned, blanket and contract. Standard purchase order is different process. Planned purchase order is a different. Like that, 4 processes you have to create. Depends on our requirement. Okay. So process is nothing but a group of activities. Now we required only one process. Just start and send the notification, close. Send the notification and close it. Internal name. Display name. You want to save this workflow temporarily in the database or permanently? Synchronous means your workflow will be saved permanently in the database here. Permanent, temporarily. I'm going to say temporarily, it should be saved 14 days. After that, it will go to the disabled status. Again, you have to make it as valid. Synchronous and asynchronous, we have 2 options that we'll discuss later. Okay. Now, every workflow, at least one process is required. You can have multiple processes. Okay. Just like in your PLSQL, package contains either one procedure or multiple procedures. In the same way, here your workflow is going to have either one process or multiple process. Name of the process. In workflow, if you create any object, 2 names are required: internal name and display name. You create notification, you create message, you create function, any activity you create in workflow, 2 names will be there: internal name and display name. Like in Oracle applications also we have seen short name and name. Why 2 names concept has come into the picture? One name cannot be modified, one name can be modified. Whatever you are able to modify, that is for front-end display purpose. Whatever you are not able to modify, that is for reference purpose. For example, I have developed this workflow. This name I am calling from 5-6 programs. Now client is asking me to change this workflow name. Now I can change here. No problem. But this name will never change, internal name. So there won't be any effect for my 5 programs. Because in my 5 programs, I am using the internal name. I am not using the display name. If you have used the display name, definitely you have to change all the 5 programs. So that's why 2 names are required. One is readable, only read only. Another one is updatable. Okay. Now we are creating one workflow. Inside of that, one process. Press out. Whenever we define the workflow item type, here we'll see that name of the item type, and this is the process. This is the process. And right side you will see process window. What is your process name? First process, and you got the name. By default, we'll get these 2 activities: start activity, end activity. These 2 are just like begin and end of your workflow. In the programs, we call it as begin and end. Here we will call it as start and end. Now what is our task? We want to create a message, attach this message to the notification and send the notification to user. Now go to message, right click, new message. As I told, any object 2 names are required: internal name, display name. Any description? Priority. This message is high priority or low priority or normal. Say high priority. Go to body. Two bodies can be designed here. Text body, HTML. If you know HTML language, HTML codes, you can write here. If you have HTML script already, you can import that file. If you have HTML code, some page that you can import. And if you want to display the text, that also can be imported. This can be written. Okay. So I'm mentioning this is the message conveyed from Oracle Corporation. Press OK. So what we have done is we have just created one message. Right click, go to properties. You want to see what is the message name. Go to body. We have given this text body. Once message is created, then we have to attach the message to notifications. Attach the message to notifications. Right click, new notification. What is the notification name? Let's say N1 I am giving, new notification. Which icon you want? Whatever icon we require, that we can choose. We can choose here from LOV. And this is not a function, right? Just message. Any code you want to execute, write in the procedure, call the procedure. That we'll see next examples. This notification is going to give any result? No, just information. And attach your message. How many messages are there in your workflow right now? Only one message is there that you got uploaded. So what I have done is I created one message, then I created one notification, attached the message to the notification. Once we create the notification, then how to use this? You have to drag this activity into your process window. Whenever you want to use any activity, you have to drag into the process window and design the process. Now how many activities you have here? 3. Where you want to start? Here. After this activity, what do you want to execute? This. After this, what do you want to execute? This one. That you have to design it. How to design? Select activity, right click, and you have to drag it. Right click and drag it. Once your cursor comes here, leave it. Select the activity, right click, drag. When the cursor comes here, leave it. That is how we will design the process. You can put it in any model as per your requirement. This is all just for designing purpose. That's all. Workflow we have developed. What is our workflow name? New workflow 111, having one process, one notification, one message. You have something called standard. By default, when you start development of any workflow, standard workflow will be downloaded into your workflow. What it contains? It contains the built-in activities, built-in notifications, built-in functions, built-in messages, built-in lookup types. In our process right now, I am using the start as a built-in activity. End is a built-in activity. This we have created. Notification we have created now. But start is a built-in, right? Start is a built-in activity. End also built-in activity. If you select that, it will show automatically. When you select the activity, immediately it is showing that it is one of the function. It is one of the function and it is standard workflow. Standard workflow means built-in. When you start development of any workflow, by default, one standard workflow will be downloaded and attached to your workflow, because you can utilize this standard functions or messages or notifications or lookup types in your workflow. Right now I am using two, right? One is start activity, another one is end activity. If it is not attached to your workflow, it will show error message. Where is this standard activities? It will ask you. That's why by default you will get this one, that you can leave it. By default will get. Like if I go to report builder, by default will find SRW, right? SRW packages here will find. Built-in packages, database objects. In the built-in packages, we will find SRW. Where is that? Here. So if you want to use any of this procedure or function, we are going to use. This one only we have used, right? SRW.message and SRW.run_report. This all we have used. Same way here also. Now workflow is developed. Save the workflow. I'm going to save in the database. Same user, apps. Username. Password is apps@vision instance. Now here it is showing error message. Save validation failed for activity called new_C1 first_process. You got an error message, workflow error you got, and validation failed for child activity called new_C1. What is new_C1? That is your notification name. What is the problem? Notification activity must be assigned a performer when used in the process. You have designed the notification, but you are not mentioned to which user you want to send this notification. What we have done? We created a message. Then we have attached the message to the notification. Then we are using notification in our process, but we are not mentioned to whom you want to send it. To whom you want send. Performer, you are seeing here, right? When you place the cursor, it will show you. Performer. Performer means receptionist. Who is going to receive this notification? That we forgot. We are not mentioned. Right click. Select your notification. Right click. Properties. Go to Node tab. Go to Node tab. Go to Node tab. Here we will mention the performer name. What is your username? 70. Performer is nothing but a user. Performer is nothing but a user. Apply. Okay. What happened? That's now save the workflow. Save the workflow in the database. Username is apps, password is apps@vision instance. Now we have developed the workflow. Close. And we have saved the workflow in the server also. Then how to execute this workflow? There are two ways. Manually also you can execute this workflow. Another one is programmatic. First we'll go for manual. Log into Oracle applications. Only sysadmin can execute the workflow. Others cannot execute. Only sysadmin can execute the workflow. Others cannot execute the workflows. So log in with sysadmin. Username is sysadmin. Password also sysadmin. Username is sysadmin. Password also sysadmin. Click the login button. Only sysadmin user can execute the workflows. Other users cannot execute the workflows. Login with sysadmin user. Username is sysadmin. Password is sysadmin. Go to the responsibility called workflow administrator web applications. Workflow administrator web applications. Workflow administrator web applications. Go to the responsibility. There is a button here, developer studio. Select developer studio. Select developer studio. Select developer studio. Here you have to select your workflow name and execute. What is your workflow name? What is the name of the workflow? New underscore C1, right? This is your workflow display name. This is internal name. Select. If you know the workflow name, enter here. If you know the workflow internal name, enter here. Any of this. Otherwise, you can search from LOB. Click the go button. When user click the go button, it will show you that right side this icon is enabled. Run the workflow. Click this run button. When you want to run the workflow, you must to provide the item key and user key. Item key is mandatory, but user key is optional. But anyway, we'll pass the item key and user key. What is the purpose? I'll explain you later. Just you can pass any unique number. Now I have given one. Next time if you run the same workflow, you should not give one. Some other number. Unique number must be passed. Submit. Now we have selected workflow name. How many processes are there in the workflow? Only one process is there. That's got selected automatically. Your workflow has been started. Select the status monitor tab to view the status. You want to know whether your workflow is successfully completed or not, or your workflow has got any errors. What is the status? Where we have to go? Status monitor tab. This. Click the status monitor tab. Here you have to search your workflow. What is your workflow name? New underscore 111. Click go button. C1. Click go button. Now your workflow is completed successfully. It means your notification has sent to the 701 user already. And you can see the diagram also here. There is a button, status diagram. Click this button. It will shows. It will shows. It will shows whatever the diagram we have designed. You are getting this color, green color means it's successfully complete. If there is any error, it will show you red color. Okay, fine. Now we want to test whether notification has sent to the user or not. So what user will do? User will log in and check the notification has delivered or not. How you can check the notifications? Once user log in, user can go to any responsibility. User go to any responsibility, definitely there will be a menu. I'm going for GL. You go to PO or AP or system administrator. Almost in every responsibility, that option will be there. Notifications option will be there. I think for GL we don't have. Let me check. GL setup. No. Yes. Here we have the notification. This notifications are work list. Both are same. Open this, you will find. Now user has received the notifications. This user has received the notification, and this is the name of the notification, and message will see. Click this. Now user can see the message. So whatever message I have sent, that is there in the notification. User can just go through that. This is how to develop one simple workflow and send the notification to the user, and how to execute the workflow. Okay. So workflow must be executed by the sysadmin only. Other users cannot execute. Other users cannot execute. Okay. Fine. Now we'll go for two members. How to send the workflow for two members. Sorry. Open workflow builder. Select file menu, quick start wizard, name of the workflow, new underscore C2, new workflow. Temporarily 15 days we want to save, new process, press OK. Go to message, right click, new message. I'm giving M1 and body, purchase order number, something we are passing the value. Press OK. Attach message to notification. Create the notification. PO notification. Where do we attach message to the notification? Here. Attach message to the notification. Now we want to send this notification to two members. So you have to take this notification two times. You have to take the notification two times. You can design it. First workflow will be started. Send the notification to this person. Double click, node tab. Who is the performer? I am sending this notification to, let's say, sysadmin. Next. After that, I am going to send the notification to same 701 user. Then after that, I am going to close the notification. Like this, you have to design your process. Save the workflow. It will be saved in the database. Once workflow is developed, close. Then how to execute the workflow? Login with sysadmin user. Username is this, password is this. Go to the which responsibility? Workflow administrator, web applications. Go to the developer studio. And what is your workflow name? Name of the workflow. New underscore C2. Internal name I have remembered. Click this. Then run this workflow. Now I can pass the item key and user key. Last time we given that is different. This is different. Okay. So whenever you select your workflow name, automatically you will get your process. In case multiple processes are there, then it will show the list. That we'll see next examples. Click submit button. Now workflow has submitted. Go to status monitor and search for the workflow. Go to status monitor and search for the workflow. Then it will show you what is the status. Go down. What happened your workflow? Successfully completed. Click the status diagram button. Okay, this is previous one. Now go back. Status monitor. Status diagram. Now we'll see this workflow. Instead of diagram, I would like to search only activity wise. There is a button here, activity history. It will show each activity is completed successfully or errored out. First your workflow is started, then notification has delivered to sysadmin, then same notification has delivered to 701 user, then your workflow has completed. Okay, so here each and every activity status will be shown by the system. In case diagram is required, we'll go to view diagram. Now we have sent the notification to sysadmin. If I select this activity and go to usage tab, you can see automatically sysadmin has received this notification. When I select this activity, it is showing that 701 user has received this notification. Okay. Now we can go to the notifications tab. Right now we are in the login of sysadmin only, right? Now we can see one notification here. If you are not able to see, if multiple are there, then what you can do, go to select view option, all notifications, click go button, then we'll see all the notifications here. If you go down, you will find your workflow name. Sorry. If at all you are not able to find the notification, date wise you can get descending and ascending order. You can search with the workflow type also. We are getting type as C. Yeah, we have our workflow name is new, right? New means we have to go to N page. Go to the next. So this all system errors. Sysadmin will receive each and every error, right? This is our workflow name and message name is M1. Click this. We are able to see the data. PO number, PO type and PO date. Okay. Alignment will discuss tomorrow when we are working with attributes. Okay. This is how to develop simple workflow and send it to the single user or multiple users. For example, I want to send the notification to all my clerks. All my clerks. I have 40 clerks. 40 clerks are working in my company. I want to send the notification to all the clerks. Then how can we send it? We cannot define 40 notifications, right? We will make it as a role. We'll create the role. So if you want to send a notification to one user, we'll use username. Multiple users are nothing but we will go for role name. We'll go for role name. Now I'm going to open the existing workflow. So tomorrow we'll discuss how to send the notification to the multiple users. Okay. Today we completed two activities. Message, notification. You don't have more than this in the message. 90% your work is here only. Function. Nothing but your procedures. PLSQL procedure and PLSQL package. Okay. Attribute is a variable that also tomorrow completed. Lookup type also completed tomorrow. That is simple. Yes or no, true or false. That we will mention here. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see other examples. This file you will see in the Facebook today. So you can download and go through this class. It will be uploaded here. Start whatever main classes are there, that will be in our server. So only for available for our students, not for the public. Starting beginning classes, anybody can go through that. It is couple of classes.